Okay, so today we're going to talk about the distributive property. When I think about distributive, I think about the word distribute. Let's say I'm distributing candy in class. So I got this big old stack of candy, and I'm going to give some out to people. Well, would it be fair if I only gave candy to Nick and not Taekwon? Or what about if I only gave candy to Shelly and not Sierra? Is that fair? Well, if you're Sierra or Taekwon right now, you're freaking out. That's not fair. Same thing is true in math. If I have a number on the outside of my parentheses, I need to distribute that number to everything on the inside. So in my example, I have 5 on the outside, and it says 5 parentheses 2x minus 7. That 5 snuggled up next to your parenthesis means to multiply. So what I'm going to do is say, well, I have 5 times 2x. Well, 5 times 2x gives me 10x. And then 5 minus 7, 5 times negative 7 gives me negative 35. So this is going to equal 5 times 2x, 10x, minus 35. Easy as that. The thing to remember is that everything gets whatever's on the outside. It's not fair if I just say 5 times 2x and leave that 7x alone, or that 7 alone. My general formula down here says if you got something on the outside, it gets multiplied by both pieces or all 3 pieces. However many pieces are on the inside, that's how many pieces get whatever's on the outside of your parentheses. So let's try an example. It says 2 parentheses 2n plus 8, close parentheses, minus 6n plus 13. Well, if I look at this, I have 2 times 2n and then 2 times positive 8. Does that 2 go over here? Is that 2 on the outside of a parenthesis for things over there? No. That 2 is only going to the 2n and the plus 8. So 2 times 2n gives me 4n. 2 times positive 8 gives me plus 16. So what do we do if there are more numbers outside the parentheses? Bring them down. You're going to leave them alone and just bring them down. So bring down your minus 6n plus 13. Notice once I distribute, the parentheses are gone. There's no more parentheses in this equation. And right now, all I get to do is combine my like terms. So I have 4n and then a minus 6n. 4 take away 6 gives me negative 2n. Then I have plus 16 plus 13. That gives me plus 29. And that's your final answer. You distributed. Look too, whenever I boxed or circled these numbers, I included that sign. I included the plus in front of the 16 and the plus in front of the 13. That's really important, so make sure you do that. Next example, it says 4x minus 11y, or minus 11, parentheses, x plus y, close parentheses, minus 15. So it says, how do we simplify the problem? Or completely simplify? So you're going to distribute. And combine like terms. So I got these steps written down over here. Distribute and remove all parentheses Then combine your like terms using previously learned steps. So I got this negative 11 on the outside. That negative is attached to your 11. It is distributed too. This whole piece, negative 11, is multiplied by x and multiplied by y. So you get negative 11x minus 11y. That negative goes with your 11. Well, now I got to bring down my other pieces, so 4x minus 15. Well, now I got some things that look alike. I got my 4x and my negative 11x. That gives me negative 7x. Well, then I have minus 11y. Are there any other y's in your problem? No. So you just bring down that negative 11y. Well, then you got minus 15. Are there any other just plain numbers in your problem? Nope. So you bring it on down. You have nothing that looks alike in your final answer, so this is your final answer. This is as simplified as it's going to be. Okay, last ones, some more examples. I got this whole negative 4 that's being distributed, negative 4 times 2a, negative 4 times negative 8b. Negative 4 times 2a gives me negative 8a. Negative 4 times negative 8b minus minus makes that plus. 4 times 8 is 32, and bring down that b. I'm going to bring down the rest of my problem. Well, now I'm going to combine like terms. I have 10 and plus 24. Those are the only pieces that look alike. So when I combine those, I get plus 34, and I have my 32b and my negative 8a. And this is your final answer, folks. You can't combine that. That doesn't become, 40ab or 24ab or anything else. This is your final answer. Don't forget about negative signs. This negative still has to be distributed to the 2x and the 7. Negative times 2x gives me negative 2x. Negative times 7 gives me negative 7. Bring down the other pieces. Well, you got a 6 minus 7, that gives me negative 1. You got a negative 2x plus 11x, that's positive 9x. Look at how I put my 9x before my minus 1. You always want to put your letters in front of just your plain numbers, or your terms with a variable, if we're super mathy, in front of the terms without a variable. That's just good practice. You'll see me do that. So right now, this is my final answer, and I am D-O-N-E with these problems. So flip your paper over, and we got some more examples on the distributive property that you are going to do alone. Good luck, guys. You're great.